I could do. That he let his open door for his father, and he slammed the door, and he was jumping, running back around the car to drive, and as he was about to start the car, he sees his father, his face is like all serious and like a little bit nervous and tense, and he's like biting his bottom lip. He says, Abba, don't worry, don't be so nervous about how I drive, just relax. And then he realizes, no, something's paining him. He says, Abba, why you look so, Abba, are you okay? How are your hands? His finger was stuck in the door. And Maimon, in his excitement, slammed his father's finger in the door. But his father didn't say anything because he didn't want to hurt Maimon's feelings. So he was just sitting there trying to open the door. When he opened the door, his finger looked like in the cartoons when you there's this big dent, a quarter of an inch thick down on the finger. But that was a rum. How could I hurt someone's feelings? He didn't do it on purpose. It turns out, as Maimon would drive his father to work, there were times, of course, where they'd go to the bakery and they would pick up all types of pastries for the bachurim, the shiva bachurim, that they should have everyday fresh food. Cakes and cookies and double cookies and bells and hi-hats and Russians and sprinkled cookies and cookish cake and strawberry cake and half cake and all types of pastries. They would make sure they have that, and they would have ketchup and mustard and pickles and mayonnaise and tuna fish and gefilte fish and matzahs and crackers and ice cream and milkshakes and pizza and pretzels and popcorn and on the other side of the room, after the other part of the room, there'd be hot dogs and relish and there'd be all kinds of pashkis and levers, candies and chips, everything the Bachurim needed to be able to learn without missing home, because they still have refreshments and they still have good time. And whenever someone came to the store, Avrohom wouldn't even charge him right on the spot. Everyone had a bank account. It was his index card boxes, and you could put in money in advance and have credit and use it. And every day they would deduct from the card when you came in, or you could just owe him money. And so many times people didn't even pay. They would sometimes leave the yeshiva and they would just forget about their bills. And Avrohom never complained. Yabitachon to Hashem, we'll give him the money. And this went on very long, and very often he would give free things to children, especially kids who went to learn Torah on Shabbat with his son Maimon. He would tell the kids, you can go into the store on Shabbat, because the store is in the center of the campus of Tel Yeshiva, which is Rev Avrohom Tape, like the center, one of the center buildings, and it's situated mamash right between the Kollel family apartments, between the Rosh Yeshiva homes, between the mikveh, between the hotel, the Beis Avner, between the high school, between the mechinah, the elementary, the younger school, between the dining room and the forest and the streams and the brooks and the big yeshiva building and the administration building and the dormitories. Smack in the middle was the canteen. And he would let kids go in the store on Shabbat, of course with the lights off, and pick items that they liked. Let it be candy, let it be popsicles. As long as they were learning with Maimon, a 13-year-old boy, as he would tell them Shabbat stories and questions and riddles. And this was their reward. That if they sat quietly, they would get the free refreshments. And all the boys would run around to get the refreshments. And already Maimon had throngs of little Hasidim, little children, following him like the Pied Piper. And one time, as the Avrohom saw that he would go to pick up the fresh pastries, the refreshments for the store, for the Bachurim, he saw that, this is a good time to teach Torah to my son, even when I drive the car at night. What would he do? He would say, look, it's 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. To get all the trays and everything, bring in the car. Man, I need your help. Come, he would make it sound, tell his children, Tara, come help me bring the pastries, and pick up the cake and the pizza. It should be hot and fresh for the Bachurim. And always making sure everything was clean and everything was well tasted, very tasty and delicious. To not waste the time, because Avrohom was a man who wouldn't waste a minute of his life, not a second. He was always learning or helping or working. And he wouldn't waste time. And right then, he would tell his children, how about this? Let's play a game. You want allowance? You want money? I'll give you a way to earn it fast. I'm going to say Mishnayot perhaps. I'm going to say Mesachet Shabbat, Eruvin, Hulin, and others. And as I say the Mishnayot by heart, if I make a mistake, I'll give you a dollar. So you'll follow along in the Mishnah, and I'm going to say, if I make a mistake, and you catch me on a mistake, I'll give you a dollar. But if I don't make a mistake for every chapter, for every paragraph, I say, perfect, you have to give me 10 cents. You're willing to make the deal, it's a good game. And the children would anxiously say, yes, 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 and try to correct him. But he mastered those Masachtot and many Masachtot and Shas. And they would always, this way, really, what he was really trying to do was to let them hear the words of Torah. Let them hear words, even if they don't understand what the Mishnah means yet. But let them realize that this is this is how a Jew goes. You know, recently, I saw a truck. I never saw this truck before in my life. It was a special kind of truck, which I have to take a picture just to show you. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was a truck that looked like a cherry picker truck and a tow truck combined, except in the back of the truck, what was there was a basketball court that just like a basketball backboard and the stand that came off the truck, would land on the ground like with a hinge, like this big, crane. And then it would be perfect basketball hoop for people to practice and to play. And as they would play and as they would practice, the truck had 2 stereo units coming out of the side, so that people who play basketball can go and they can play basketball as they're looking at this, as listening to music. And what this truck does, it says in the truck, your sports portable mobile travels with you. And this way, I saw it with my own eyes. It's amazing. A gas station turns into a gym, it's a basketball court on the parking lot by this truck. And he travels and they charge all money, people play, and it's real fun. So, Rev Avrohom, he was different. He said, Goyim, the way what they take with them always is their gashmiut, their sports, their games. But we take with us our Torah, we take our Sefer. And that's why, when we left Mitzrayim, we did not go into Israel right away. How long did we wait?
40 years.
40 years. You know why? Because Hashem wanted to teach us for 40 years. Don't just run into Israel and plant gardens and orchards and build homes. But rather, go to Israel. Rather, stay 40 years and see how I will take care of you in the Midbar. And you know what? Train yourselves that you don't move unless the Torah moves with you. When we were in the Midbar 40 years, we were trained that we did not move until the Aron also moved. That taught us that a Jew only moves when Torah moves with him. If Aaron Cutler wouldn't leave his house without a Mishnah Berurah question in his hand, and Rev Avrohom wouldn't leave either without a sefer or some kind of mitzvah with him as he went. And that's why he played this game and encouraged his children to hear the words of the Mishnah, the Torah Shabbat Peh, the way Mishnayot are supposed to be, oral, by heart, memorized, and not just from the book without even a good understanding. Well, you might think that if Avram was so busy that maybe he wouldn't give you time, he would give you excuses, I can't come now, I'm busy with my other jobs. Well, he wasn't like that. As soon as he would come home from the Midrash, from Yeshiva, or from Shechita, or from the store, and he'd be home after a long day's work, traveling to work, he would be already there. If you called him, Rev Avrohom, I need a haircut for my children, he would say, yes, I'm on my way. In the middle of supper, he would just say, yes, I'm on my way to Yeshiva right now. He would just drop his meal and eat later. And his wife would say, dear, we have to eat. And he would say, somewhere I'll eat later, why should they wait for me? And that was his whole life. Why should people wait for me? I want to help others. They're more important than me. That's the way he lived. One time when he walked into the Talmud Yeshiva Mechina, there was a speech. And as he walked in, he thought it was time for our beat, as he used to always go there for our beat. And all of a sudden, even though it was a lecture going on, a Sichat Musar, as he saw everybody stand up for him, the whole Beit Midrash moved their stenders, there was that noise of the closet of the stender, everyone stood up, kima, a full stand, not just a move of the body, but an entire stand. And he didn't want to disturb them. He just walked his seat like he didn't even know why they're standing up for me. I'm just a candy man. I'm just a barber. I'm just a carpenter. I guess he forgot he was also a master shochet, who Moshe Feinstein said, I never saw a better shochet in my life. Sign America and sign Europe. Such a bucky of the laws of Yorediyah, such a master of the laws between Ashkenazim and Sfardim. A mohel, a sofer, someone who knew Milah, who knew Safrut, just like a real Talmid Chacham. Someone who always learned non-stop. Aruch HaShulchan, Shulchan Aruch, Yorediyah, Mishnayot. Such a man, but yet so humble. He even knew so much of Tanakh by heart. He didn't even know why they stood up for him. Well, one day, he was in the Beit Midrash late at night. A family, a relative of the Dessler family, came looking in the yeshiva around 12 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, saying, are there any Bachrim that can help us? A relative was in the hospital, not well, and they need somebody to be with him, to watch him through the night, to be a shomer, to make sure he has everything he needs, to make sure the nurses are doing their job and taking care of him, and not neglecting him, or abandoning his illness. Is there any Bachrim in the yeshiva, anyone that can help go to the hospital for a couple hours a shift, just to relieve us? And as Avrohom looked at them, he saw that, Chazit, they were in the hospital for a couple days already, they're so tired of going back, a couple weeks, that he went to the hospital with his Sefarim, and he would not leave until the patient recovered. He just stayed there, as if it was his own son there. That was his love for other people, a love that exceeded the love for himself. He even worked for the Chevra Kadisha. Chevra Kadisha is the Holy Burial Society, people that are in charge of burying the dead. And as he was there, working for them, that also takes a very caring job. That care for others, and to be sensitive, and not say, the person's dead. What? I'm supposed to put him in the mikvah and wash him and clothe him. It's not for me. No, he did it whenever they needed it. You know what? One time, it was late in the night, and Yossi, the shift that was supposed to switch with Avrohom, was supposed to come at 3 o'clock in the morning, so that Avrohom would be a shomer for the mace and the Chevra Kadisha, where the dead body was waiting to be buried for the next day. Sometimes they always try to bury a body the same day it died, but sometimes they had to wait. And he was sitting there, waiting, reading a sefer, till 2, 3 o'clock. He got so tired. He said, how am I supposed to wait for my friend Yossi to switch shifts? I'll just lay down over here on one of these mats, and I'll wait for him. So in the room, in the dark room, the lights were put out. What you saw was the dead man on one bed, and the Avrohom on the other bed, sleeping. He's tired. I can't come out. And Yossi comes around 3 o'clock, turns on the light, and he sees 2 dead people there. And he's wondering, Avrohom! Avrohom's sleeping, he's out cold, out till 3 in the morning. And Avrohom looks around. Noah said, Avrohom goes, the guy almost died himself. He saw the dead man just come up alive. He didn't realize that Avrohom was just laying down on the dead man's empty, vacant bed. But Avrohom was like that. He didn't care for himself. For him, he was like, Nashi Chala Bakirbi. A tzaddik, he says, he kills his Yetzirah. He just feels like, I don't count. Only Hashem counts. He doesn't count himself. Like I said, who are the true living people? Tzaddikim. They're living. Even when they die, they're really living with Hashem in a different part of the world. In the part of the galaxy, the universe. But a Rasha, he's always dead. Even when he looks alive, walking around, he's dead. He's like sleepwalking. He's like just moving. He's not really alive. Only someone who's close to Hashem is alive. It's a pasuk. Those that are close to Hashem are the ones that are living today. And that was Avrohom. Like, he didn't count himself. He didn't count himself as, I have to, I count. There was always other people count. Me, who am I? He was always careful to have a smile on his face with other people. Whenever he greeted someone, it was a tremendous joy and enthusiasm. And real, genuine simcha. He felt happy to see them. He was always happy to see another Jew. He always lit up his eyes and his face and his dimples in joy to see another person come visit him or even walk next to him. One day, he was walking and he found a picture of a tzaddik in the garbage. A picture of a Talmid Chacham, a great leader of the world, who somehow, some non-religious person must have discarded it. And Avrohom couldn't bear to